Hundreds of police surrounded a school in Germany today as a gunman inside started randomly shooting. 9 students were among 16 people killed, including the gunman. Winnenden is like most towns in southern Germany, an historic central square and a quiet family atmosphere. But no one living there will ever forget what happened today. Here's our Europe Bureau Chief Tara Nelson.
As helicopters circled overhead, the first officers stormed the scene. 911 calls from inside described a bloodbath. A gunman dressed in black combat gear had ambushed Albertville Technical High School and opened fire.
We got the first emergency call from the school, from one of the students in the school, and in the background a lot of loud screams, panic.
The 17-year-old shooter, a former graduate named Tim Kretschmer, entered the school shortly after lessons started, threw open 3 classroom doors, and started shooting.
My daughter knew him. It seems that he was expelled from the school last year. It seems he wanted revenge.
While some kids dove for cover, others threw themselves out windows to escape. Kretschmer killed mostly girls and apparently asked at one point, "Are you all dead yet?"
She saw a school friend shot in his neck and saw a bullet pass just in front of her body.
By the time terrified parents raced to the scene, the gunman had fled, shooting another person at a nearby clinic. He then hijacked a car, drove 40 kilometers, and staged a last stand outside a shopping complex. 2 more innocent people were killed before Kretschmer and police exchanged gunfire.
Where he was hit at least once, in the leg, fell, came back up again, rearmed his gun, and a little later was then found dead, with the question whether he killed himself or not.
Police have searched the teen's family home where his parents own 15 legal guns. 14 were locked up, 1 was not. The incident will likely force the country to reevaluate its already tough gun laws. They were reviewed after a school shooting in 2006 and one in 2002 that claimed 16 lives. Now the country is in shock again.
It's a day of sadness for all of Germany. Our thoughts are with the families and the relatives. We're thinking about you, and we pray for you.
Tonight, those lucky enough to survive this attack may be asking not just why, but when next. Tara Nelson, Global News, London.
Well, the obvious grief and shock in Germany is mirrored in the southern U.S., where many more details are emerging about a gunman's shooting spree there late yesterday that stretched down highways and through several towns. The gunman killed most of his 10 victims in the town of Sampson, Alabama. But without several police going well beyond the call of duty, the loss could have been much worse. Here's Eric Sorensen.
The first killing was proof enough Michael McClendon had lost it. He shot his own mother in the house they shared, killed 4 dogs, then burned the place. But he wasn't done. He went down the road to his uncle's and shot 5 people on the porch, including the wife and daughter of this sheriff's deputy who were just visiting.
It's supposed to be me out here getting shot, not my family.
McClendon went to a nearby house and shot and killed his grandmother, then took to the road with his 2 semi-automatic weapons and shot a pedestrian.
A black male was killed there just walking down the street, no relation at all.
McClendon was shooting up anyone and anything, businesses, cars. He would fire 200 rounds in all.
He shot my van and shot the Purdue truck in front of me.
McClendon, who was briefly a cop himself, had now rampaged from his home in Kinston, killed 7 in Sampson, and another driver on the highway, and was on his way to Geneva, where he used to work. That's where the courage of local police saved lives. With bullets flying, this police chief's car hit McClendon's, the chief wounded in the shoulder.
It was the loudest burst of fire that I've ever heard.
Another trooper's car was hit 7 times, but still rammed McClendon, forcing him on foot into this plant, where he killed himself. Several officers putting duty ahead of their own safety.
I'm so proud of them, how many lives they actually saved yesterday.
Many lives saved, but 10 are now being mourned, plus the shooter.
This is the worst thing that's ever happened in this community. The worst.
There's speculation the gunman was upset he'd lost his job. But as with other tragedies like this, there's no satisfactory answer to the question, why? Eric Sorensen, Global News, Washington.